Racism is killing our children. Why is suicide growing fastest among Black children between the ages of 5 through 12? Now, the highest rate of suicide is among older white men. The fastest growing suicide rate is among Black youth. Suicide rates among Black children aged 5 through 12 are nearly twice that of white children. Black teens, especially our boys, are seeing sharp increases in suicidal thoughts and attempts. Experts say that racism, trauma, a lack of culturally competent mental health care, and social media exposures are the main reasons. Even very young children are exposed to racial bias. They're exposed to bullying, social exclusion, especially in schools. Experiences of racism, whether it's direct or vicarious, whether it's witnessed in the media or through family, can cause deep psychological stress. Black children often face barriers to culturally competent mental health care, and families may avoid seeking help due to a mistrust of medical institutions from past trauma or stigmas about mental illness. There is also a shortage of Black mental health professionals, making it harder for children to connect with someone who understands their experiences. Black children are also disproportionately punished in schools. They're suspended more, they're expelled more, and they have more referrals to the police. These disciplinary actions can contribute to low self esteem, feelings of being unwanted, and disengagement from school. Early labeling can also increase emotional distress and sense of alienation. Then there's also the higher rates of community violence, poverty, and housing insecurity that affect many Black families, which creates this environment of chronic stress. And we don't think our kids are paying attention to our financial stability or lack of financial stability, but they are paying attention. And sometimes they carry the weight of our pain on their shoulders without us even realizing. The exposure to trauma, whether it's witnessed through violence or through they're experiencing loss, without proper support, that can increase the risk of suicide. With this younger generation, they grew up with technology. So children may be exposed to the graphic news or social media harassment or online content that normalizes or glamorizes suicide. The risk of social media influencing our children is astronomical. And so the rise of social media has introduced cyberbullying at a younger age, and Black children are not immune to it. A 2018 study published in JAMA Pediatrics found that between 2001 and 2015, suicide rates among Black children aged 5 through 12 doubled, while rates for white children actually declined, and Black boys, unfortunately, were particularly affected. What could help us? Well, we need more culturally responsive school counseling. We need early screening for depression and trauma. We need community based mental health programs that are tailored for Black youth and families, preferably run by Black people or have Black mental health professionals. We also need to have more open conversations in our families about emotions, identity, racism, and mental health and wellness. We really need to start having deep conversations with our children. We need to make sure that they're all right emotionally and mentally because we want to make sure they have a roof over their head and they have food in their belly. But we also need to make sure that they are okay emotionally and mentally, especially our boys. We need to teach them how to deal with racism as best they can. We need to spend more time with them, put them in sports or activities to get their mind off of negative things and give them goals to work towards. We need to spend more time with them and listen to them. We need to always tell them that we love them. And if we're in a challenging situation in our life, we need to speak positivity to them despite the situation that we're in. We need to be their biggest role model and not some sports player. We should not be losing our children like this. We have to protect them better. So, whether it's your child or not, you as an African American man or woman need to shield African American children from the racisms of the world as best you can. Always take time to speak life into them, whether it's your child or not. What are your thoughts on this? What are more things that the African American community can do to prevent this? Like, share, and subscribe for more content.